Hey guys, it's Tallara and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We just left the prison where we learned about Blackwall's secret identity, if that's what you want to call it. It was quite shocking information, to be honest with you, to learn that he's not who he said he was. But before we head back to the Skyhold and talk to Cullen about what we're actually going to do, we have another quest to do here in Val Royeaux. It's called Of a Somewhat Fallen Fortune, and it's for Josephine. Josephine's messengers have been murdered. Comte Boissert claims to have information that could lead to the identity of the murderers. So, while we're here, we may as well check that out. So let's go meet up with Josephine. I also need to apologize in advance. I have a little bit of a cold today while I'm recording this video, so if my voice sounds strange, it's because I'm a little... there we go. I'm a little stuffy. So I truly apologize for that. Now, there's Josephine.
Do you know where this noble wanted to meet us?
I do. The Comte Boisvert invited us to his mansion, not far from here. I pray he clears up the deaths of my messengers, as promised.
Alright, let's go see him.
Lead the way.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for seeing us, Comte Boisvert.
The honor is mine. Please, sit. It's an honor to assist two such distinguished guests.
We welcome your help.
We appreciate your help, Comte.
The death of Lady Montily's servants must weigh heavily on you. Have you heard of the House of Repose?
The Assassin's League?
My contacts obtained a copy of a document in the archives. Contract for life.
The House of Repose is hereby sworn to eliminate anyone attempting to overturn the Montilier's trading exile in Orlais.
Ah. Who signed that?
Who's sending these assassins?
The contract was signed by a noble family. The Du Paraquets.
But the Du Paraquets died out as a noble line over 60 years ago.
Indeed. But the contract was signed 109 years ago.
How can a family try to kill you after they died out?
The Du Paraquets were our rivals. They drove the Montiliers from Val Royeaux. This contract was drawn up over 100 years ago, but it wasn't invoked until I tried to overturn my family's exile.
Unpleasant though it may be, the House of Repose is merely fulfilling its contractual duties.
Wow, they're truly loyal to their contracts. They've been sitting on this one for 109 years and only have finally sprung into action. I hope they were paid in advance, because clearly the family's not around to pay them. I'll say the contract's ancient.
If the people who wanted your family dead are gone, why are the assassins still after you?
A contract is a contract, Inquisitor. Orlesian businesses live and die by their reputations. The entire guild's welfare would be endangered if an agreement was tossed aside on a whim of time or fate.
She's quite right, your worship. The House of Repose is doing what it feels necessary. By its standards.
Okay, so what's the plan, Josephine?
I assume you have a thought or two on this, Josephine?
The Du Paraquets still have descendants under the common branch. If we elevate them to nobility, a Du Paraquet could annul the contract on my life.
That will take time, Lady Montilyet. Time during which the House of Repose will be obliged to hunt you.
Will they now? You are exceedingly well informed. You're not to have said you'd heard rumors, at best.
A bit of subterfuge. This contract on your life is an ugly business. One the House of Repose deeply regrets. But this is all
Suspicious.
Even an assassin's word is his bond.
Was there ever a Comte?
Does Comte Boisvert actually exist?
Absolutely. The Comte's offer to reveal the killers of Lady Montily's messengers was genuine. So was his information somehow. An end to be tied up later.
Okay, so did you kill the real Comte?
I'm guessing the actual Comte Boisvert met with a fatal accident.
Comte BioWare slumbers in a nearby closet. Nothing more. The contract on Lady Montile's life is so unusual, we felt the courtesy of an explanation was in order.
Well, that's nice, at
It is
least.
appreciated, monsieur.
Your idea to seek out Du Paraquet to revoke our orders is an interesting one. I wish you luck. I did not come to shed blood today, Inquisitor. Only to speak. Might I pass?
Well, you can't say that these assassins are not honorable. They're honoring a contract of over 100 years. They're coming to explain to Josephine in person why they're doing so. Yeah, I mean, you can leave. I have... You're just doing your job, I get it.
Go, then.
Good day, Your Worship. My lady, I pray we never meet again.
Well, I didn't think our meeting would end like this.
We'll deal with these assassins.
I have some thoughts. Let's discuss them back at Skyhold. I'll feel safer with the castle's walls around me.
Okay, fair enough. So
You hear
that...
something?
Oh, goodness. Comte BioWare, is that you?
Oh, he actually is in the closet.
The lock's been broken off. We'll find a saw. I realize the cabinet is quite valuable, Comte, but surely... A locksmith, then? As you wish.
That's hilarious. Okay, we'll leave Josephine to that, and as I was just saying, going back to Skyhold totally works for us, because we need to check in with Cullen there anyway. So back to Skyhold we go. We'll check in with Josephine. Hopefully she'll have the compt out of that closet by the time we get back. Or if not, we'll check in with Cullen first.
Inquisitor, if you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pentecost.
Okay. As you can see, I came right up to the chamber there to speak to Cullen. But apparently he's with Cassandra. I don't know if this is unrelated to the Black Wall scenario. Either way, we gotta find him if we want to talk to him about the Black Wall scenario. So let's see. Is he over here? Here's Cassandra. I don't see Cullen, though.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Liliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
Sure.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Okay, sounds good.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
She doesn't know where Cullen is. Let's see if we can see it on our map. Oh, here we go. He's in this building.
You asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
Looks like I
And
interrupted
people
something.
say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Cullen told you that he's no longer taking lyrium.
Oh yeah, he was determined.
It seemed very important to him.
It's not a decision to be made lightly. But now, Cullen has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
I gotta be honest, it's been so long since we had the original conversation with Cullen about him stopping taking lyrium. I'd kind of forgotten about it. Why do you think he didn't tell me?
Why didn't he come to me?
We had an agreement long before you joined us. As a seeker, I could evaluate the dangers.
So... Can we change his mind?
Is there anything we can do to change his mind?
If anyone could, it's you. Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
Okay. So, not what we were originally looking for Cullen to discuss, but obviously very important. So, before we turn to matters of Blackwall, let's go speak to Cullen and see how he's feeling. I can only imagine the pain that a major drug withdrawal is inflicting upon him. It must be really hard, but yeah, I mean, I'm with Cassandra on this. I believe in him. If anybody can do it, he can. Let's go check in. Ooh, barely
Make a
missed.
breath. I didn't hear you enter. Forgive me.
Talk to me.
Cullen, if you need to talk.
You don't have to. I never meant for this to interfere.
Are you okay?
Are you going to be all right?
Yes. I don't know. Did you know Ferelden's circle was taken over by abominations? I was there. The Templars, my friends, were slaughtered. I was tortured. They tried to break my mind, and I... How can you be the same person after that? Still, I wanted to serve. They sent me to Kirkwall. I trusted my Knight Commander, and for what? Her fear of mages ended in madness. Kirkwall's circle fell. Innocent people died in the streets. Can't you see why I want nothing to do with that life?
Oh, I totally understand. I mean, the Templar Order is completely falling apart. I understand why you want to distance yourself and try to make something new.
Of course I can.
Don't. You should be questioning what I've done. I thought this would be better. That I would regain some control over my life, but these thoughts won't leave me. How many lives depend on our success? I swore myself to this cause. I will not give less to the Inquisition than I did to Chantry. I should be taking it. I should be taking it.
No. No. You don't need lyrium. Yes, you're probably going to be less than 100% for a little while you shake off the effects, but in the long run, this is going to be better for him. We're not in the thick of battle right now. We have some time to breathe. We have some time for Cullen to get his head right. So you don't need it.
You give enough, Cullen. I'm not asking you for more. The Inquisition can be your chance to start over. If you want it to be.
I don't know if that's possible.
It is.
All right.
Alright, a short conversation, but hopefully that can put Cullen's mind at ease that I'm still on board with him trying to beat this addiction. And I don't want him to start taking lyrium again, so... Might be a process, but I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's taken the first steps. And now, if his head is in a better place, perhaps we can talk to him about Blackwall.
I need a moment. Could we speak another time?
Okay, fair enough. Completely fair. Let's go speak to Josephine instead.
We don't have the strength of treaties to judge a true great war.
I'm so sorry, Inquisitor. I never thought my family's trading status would trap us in an assassin's plot.
I mean, you clearly had no idea.
You couldn't have known it would lead to this House of Repose coming after you.
It still shouldn't have slipped past me. I've tracked down the last du Paraquets. If they become gentry, they can annul the contract on my life. We'll require a noble from Val Royaux to sponsor them, a judge to provide documents, a minister to ratify them.
It's so like you to take the longest course of action, even when your life is at stake.
I assume you already know everything about this mess.
There is a faster way, Josephine. The original contract on your life is in the vaults of the House of Repose. If my agents infiltrate it and destroy the original, the assassin will have no obligation to chase you.
Liliana, please. I want no more bloodshed over a personal affair.
Don't be so stubborn, Josie. How long will it take you to gather these favors in Val Royaux?
Okay. I mean, I definitely like Josephine's idea in theory. It's sort of the right way to go about this. But as Liliana said, it's going to take forever, and in the meantime, assassins are going to keep coming, and that's not only going to just impact Josephine, it's also going to impact us and me if I have to keep dealing with assassins. Also, even if she does elevate these people to nobility, there's literally no guarantee that they'll actually call off this contract, so even though Liliana's method is a bit more crude, it's a lot more direct, and I think I'm going with her.
If destroying the original contract will satisfy the guild, I say we do it.
But I'm sure my plan will work, Inquisitor.
Whatever happens, I'll assign you more guards. The House of Repose won't be idle long.
I appreciate it, but I still believe elevating the du Paraquets will solve this. First, we need to perform some favors in Val Royaux. I'd be happy to discuss where we could begin.
Okay, I guess we are still going with that. We can destroy... We have an optional operation now where we can just dispatch Liliana's assassins, but I feel like Josephine will be really upset if we go behind her back, so... Well, I think that is the better play. If Josephine... This is Josephine's problem, and if she has her mind set to this path, then I will follow her, so... Let's chat about the first thing she wants us to do.
Any news on the House of Repose, Inquisitor?
What's our next move?
You said I'd have to do some favors in Val Royaux if we want to make the du Paraquets lords.
The Countess Dion is our first step. Her lover, a mage from the White Spire, is missing. Bring her news of him and she'll be very amenable to sponsoring the du Paraquets as lords.
Okay. Well, let's head to the war table. We can check up on what our team has been doing while we're away, and then we can get started on that for Josephine. Alright, everybody, I'm ready for your reports. First up is Josephine doing her alliances. We've received word from Lady Eustace Richelieu, who presumes more and more to speak as an authority in these affairs. She's also quick to use us and we, from Josephine. Lady Richelieu's letter follows. A strategic demand, Inquisitor. The Tybalts concede that you are within your rights to ask that they bear the weight of bargaining with Lord de Rosier. The frivolous marriage between Celeste Tybalt and a son of the Leandre family, a name of little bearing, has been wisely called off in favor of a proper matchmaking, one that will profit players and arbiters both. Right. Then we were defeating Marquis Buffon. Inquisitor, Marquis Buffon has been killed along with Lady Legaspe and her Venatori allies. Thanks to Sister Liliana's scouts, we were able to gain covert entry into the fortress, although the Venatori still managed to use their magic against the Grey Wardens to significant effect. I regret to inform you that after recent actions, the Grey Wardens have suffered too many losses to be of any further assistance. The last warriors died fighting for the Inquisition in good faith. I've sent their personal effects to Weishaupt. Oh. That's really sad. Obviously,
You read the report?
It was unusual. Is he always so blunt?
Yes.
Classic, always being interrupted. As I was trying to say, obviously my plan was never to wipe out the Grey Wardens, but, I mean, they live their lives for a sense of duty, and they died in the line of duty, so at least they died with honor, and we were able to take out a big threat, so we'll take this as a glass half full opportunity. And we were also doing this. The Sutherland lad reported back. The bandits were cleared with some minor spoils. He may have potential. Perfect. Okay, so let's look around and we'll see Josephine's quest. I guess it's probably on the Orlais side. Here we go. No, that's destroying the contract. Here it is. Find a sponsor for the Du Paraquets. Making the Du Paraquets nobility is the key to stopping the assassination plot on Josephine's life. The first step is gaining them a noble sponsor. Countess Dion is willing to help in exchange of news about her lover Ellery, a mage who went missing after the Mage Templar War erupted. Let's send Cullen. Cullen says it's been a while, but we can have search parties comb the area where he was last spotted.
Inquisitor.
Direct and to the point. Now, what other quests can we get up to? We can do College of Magi. A situation is unfolding in the Navaran city of Cumberland, location of the College of Magi, which, until the outbreak of the Mage Rebellion, was the philosophical heart of the Circles of Magi. Now mostly abandoned, it has become the home to a number of mage refugees. This has drawn the ire of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground, with Dukes Sandral and Naxus doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition agents suspect that Venatori agents are behind the mobs, looking to recover artifacts from the college once its magical defenses are breached. Let's send Josephine to use diplomacy with Duke Sandral. He must be convinced to intercede.
Let us begin.
I trust your golden tongue, Josephine. And next we can do, seeing as we're already up that way, support from Navarra. We got a letter, which was delivered to Skyhold. First, allow me to compliment the Inquisition's many victories on behalf of the Forsythia family. While Southern Thedas has seen the worst of it, we recognize that recent tragedies concern us all. Your Inquisitor's work in sealing the rifts, and stabilizing the South has lessened troubles here as well. The Forsythia House would lend its support to the Inquisition. We would be happy to meet with your representatives to make it official. From Tyrion Veneto, on behalf of Her Grace, Duchess Amalia. A missive from Josephine follows the letter. The Forsythias are one of the great noble houses in Navarra. While other noble families are divided between those who would support the Pendergast line and those who would see new blood on the throne, the Forsythias have remained politically neutral. I doubt advantages to aligning with a powerful, far-reaching institution. Oh, sorry, I skipped a line. I doubt the Forsythias offers entirely altruistic. There are advantages to aligning with a powerful, far-reaching institution. Nevertheless, accepting their support gives us allies in Navarra without making a significant political statement. Okay. Well, while I would normally send Josephine to do this, she is busy, so we're gonna send Liliana, who's gonna go in with a little bit more subterfuge and say the Forsythias might be more generous if they knew we had certain information on them.
Let's see what we have.
So we'll say, sure, we'll be your allies, but just so you know, keeping an eye on you. Okay, so we've got all of that done. Now, I want to see if we can speak to Cullen again. At the same time, there are a few areas that we can investigate and go to. So, for example, we can investigate the Frostback Basin, which actually we're not going to do because the minimum suggested level is 20. So backing up, there were some spots over here in Orlais as well. We did that one. This one here we have not done yet. Investigate the shards. Sister Liliana, the shards acquired by the Herald of Andraste are unlike anything I've encountered. Though ancient in origin, few have been recovered before now. The breach must have disrupted whatever ancient magic was concealing them from view. I've heard of one scroll that mentions the shards. It belonged to the Circle Tower in Markham. However, after the Circles fell, the Sorrel family seized many of the valuables as compensation for donations made after their mage son was taken there. They intend to sell the scroll, along with everything else, at private auction. From Enchanter Renault. Hastily scrawled below. Josephine, the Venatori seek these shards as well. I want to know where they lead. We need access to this auction, says Liliana. So, a few well-placed rumors should incite bidding wars on other items, leaving the scroll for us. Sounds like a good plan to me. Let's do that. Because we have been collecting these shards now for quite a while. We've amassed quite a collection, so it would be helpful and interesting to know what they actually are. Let's see how it went. Sister Liliana, with thanks to Our Lady Ambassador, I was able to study the scroll. The reference is vague, but it implies a connection to a temple, possibly elven. I followed the lead and believe one such temple stands in an oasis in the western approach. As to what may lie within, I cannot say. Reports of the place are cut off or have pages missing. I've yet to find a reliable first-hand account. Perhaps our soldiers can provide a better one. Alright, well, let's not waste any time. Let's travel to the Forbidden Oasis. We will take with us Dorian, Varric, and Bull.
Inquisitor, I'm afraid we got here a little late. The Venatori were already here. We assume they're moving on the temple.
Classic. The Venatori always beat us here. Okay, tell me about the temple.
Have you learned anything more about the temple?
Sorry, we haven't been able to get close.
Okay, anything else?
Anything else I should know?
Not much to tell. A mining company out of Val-Fermin used to have an interest here, but economies change, and they moved on. Strange the miners never marked the temple on their maps. Oh, and some of the scouts saw a giant roaming in the area.
A
Keep
giant?
your eyes open. Don't want you to get stepped on.
Yeah, I'd prefer that not to happen. I mean, normally I'm the giant around here, but I guess there's an even bigger one. Okay, Forbidden Oasis. So this looks a lot like the western approach. Very sandy.
Word for you.
What's going on?
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Cool. So, this is a whole other area with things to explore and whatnot, but we want to head north to see if we can find the entrance to a mysterious temple. Alright, let's do this. Looks like the scout was right. The Venatori definitely are here before us. Luckily for us, looks like we are majorly over-leveled for this area, which again, never gonna complain about.
Well, Harding told us they were here. Keep your guard up.
Exactly. Venatori are here, but they should be no problem for us. And if we found the Venatori, must mean we're getting close to the temple. That's a spooky statue. Here we've got a cave. I don't think it's the temple, but there's a note outside. The note is charred, but a portion remains legible. The torch will scatter them, or draw them. I'm fairly certain they'll scatter. Why do I have a feeling you drew what was ever in these caves? Ew, spiders! Oh, I should have stayed out. Okay. Maybe there's some sort of magical spider-attracting torch in here. If there is, I want to destroy it for the good of mankind. That doesn't need to exist in this world. I'm also kind of enjoying this first-person view I've got going on right now. Oh man, these spiders are tough, too. They're not your run-of-the-mill spiders. They are corrupted and they are angry. Holy crap, and there's so many of them! It's my worst nightmare. Whew. Nope, still not gone. There's more in the corner. This is the most spider-infested cave I've ever seen. And we walked in here of our own volition. Okay, we're done with the spiders, according to Tallara. She sounded very confident she made that assumption, so that's good. Light a few torches so it's not so dark in here. Got a little bit of loot. Just a single amethyst and chest. Locked gate. Need cavern key to get in there. Oh god. That spider disappeared just as I lit that torch and it scared me. Okay. Fortunately, I do not see the key in here, so this might be something we need to come back to later once we find the key. Alright, we looted the place. We'll continue to loot these spiders, and then we'll keep an eye out for the key as we continue to make our way to the temple.
There's a woman over there.
Woman? What do you mean a woman? Where? All I see is Venatori. Well, are you seeing things from the heat? Can we get you some water? Alright, well, hang on. Let's destroy these guys and then we can find this woman. Now, Bull, what were you saying? Where? I don't see anybody. Either Bull has better eyes for me or than me, or this woman just never existed. Yeah, I don't see a woman. Okay, I guess Bull is hallucinating because I've looked all around here and I cannot find it, so, or find her, rather. So we'll just keep moving for now. If a mystery ghost woman pops up, then, you know, a mystery ghost woman pops up and we'll deal with it at that time. According to our minimap, I think we're getting close. Ooh, remember Scout Harding talked about a giant? I think we found it. Can I hit it from up here? What's my range?
Your girlfriend is a smith.
Yes,
She makes weapons with her own hands.
among other things.
That's hot.
Okay, note to self, we may have to take up blacksmithing, because apparently Bull is into it. Anywho, boys, please get your head back in the game, because we have a giant to slay. And lucky for us, I can actually hit it from up here. Although, it doesn't look like my companions can? No, they can! Alright, let's kill this giant. From the cliff. Perfect. No need to get close when you've got magic. Might take a minute, but it's gonna be totally worth it. Alright, down goes the giant. Good strategy, team. Wow, and his loot even teleported up here for me to take it. Holy crap! He had a lot of loot. Okay, I gotta be honest, I was so distracted by the giant, I didn't notice the beautiful waterfalls behind it. Okay, we need to get down here without breaking our legs. Let's see. Is there an easy way to descend? All I'm seeing is potential leg breaking opportunities. Alright, we're gonna grit our teeth and go for it. Oh, that wasn't too bad. There was a little ledge here and we can slowly drop down.
That's something.
This pool? Yeah, I agree. This is beautiful. Talking about an oasis in the middle of the desert. Intrinsic pool. At the center of it, the scent of water, the soft call of a tusket wading through the pool. You almost forget that outside the oasis there's simply nothing. Oh, I could spend forever here. This is a vacation destination, except I think something's trying to interrupt our vacation destination. We just all pulled out our weapons. No, we're good. Okay. Into the spooky cave. Definitely less of a vacation destination. It's bringing us right back up to the top of the cliff. Kinda looks that way. Ooh, dragon thorn. I don't think I've ever harvested that before. Also got one of these where we can spy some more shards. 1, 2, 3, 4, for? Ah, and there's Venatori. Okay, we might have actually found the entrance to this vault. This is looking promising. First we'll claim this. Upper walkways. After watching one young lad scale a rock face on a bet, I was comforted to find that not all the miners share his lack of self-preservation, and a railing had been built along the upper walkway. I admit the walk does offer a fine view of the heart of the oasis, the pool, and the next page marks the beginning of a new entry. Doucette was clearly fascinated by the region, yet like all accounts of the area, a clear description of the heart of the oasis is lacking. Are people just enchanted by its beauty, or are people enchanted by something a bit more, if you will? We've had a few diary entries now that just kind of trail off. I'm talking about the oasis. Either way, found a rift. Let's get this closed. There's so much to do and see here. I feel like every 2 steps I'm uncovering something new. Okay, there wasn't really anything else in these mines besides adorable nugs, which I mean is a present in and of itself. So let's backtrack out of here and head back to where we saw those Venatori, because I have a feeling they may probably be close to the temple if they have a full encampment there. Oh, who are you? You weren't here before.
Who are you? Why are you following me?
I wasn't following you.
Stuff to salvage. He used to work here. I know no one needs it.
Maybe this is the gal that Bull saw. Let me introduce myself.
I'm with the Inquisition.
Been out here a while. But I'll assume that's important. Doesn't explain why you're following me.
You came out here to salvage?
You came all the way out here to salvage old mining equipment?
Mostly, I wanted to go into this one cave. Used to store stuff there. Damn thing wasn't overrun by spiders then. I put my wedding ring there. Couldn't stand the sight of the thing. But I couldn't throw it away either. Oh, it was a stupid argument. Part of me knew I'd still want that ring.
Wait a minute. Cave full of spiders. I'm pretty sure I actually looted a wedding ring when I was in there.
I believe this is yours.
Nothing here's worth as much as this. It's all I have left. I don't have much, but this opens one of my old caches. Whatever's left is yours. As thanks.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that was a stroke of luck, meeting her here and being able to give her the wedding ring that we found. And I guess Bull isn't crazy after all, because there really was a woman. And she gave us the key, so we can go back to that spider cave and actually unlock it. So that's what we will do after. But for right now, it's time to take out these Venatori. Now, yes, this definitely looks like the temple. This has got ancient elven temple vibes written all over it. Alright. This it? Door to Solsan. You need to unlock with the power of 6 shards.
It's worse by the door.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
No idea, Varric, but we're gonna try it anyway. Luckily I had enough shards. The door is opening. Okay.
Feeling at the door. It's gone now.
An enchantment designed to keep people out. A warning, or possibly a test.
Yes.
Explains why the miners left this place alone.
Okay, so there's another locked door right here. Ah, there's lots of locked doors in here. We must need shards to open each one. Luckily, we have collected quite a few on our journeys so far. So we can come in here, see what we have. Skeletons! Ah! That's not the loot I was looking for. Although, speaking of loot, what do we have here?
You've killed lots of my countrymen, I take it.
Sure, usually when I'm being paid for
But never just for fun.
it. I'm here all time. Man's gotta take his fun where he can find it.
Okay, so it looks like the purpose of this whole area is you can proceed further the more shards you collect, and the enemies get stronger, and presumably the loot will get better. So there's a whole system of caves in here. This is rather cool, actually. It's good to know what all these shards we've been collecting actually do. Nice. Getting lots of fire essence as we're coming through the fire chambers. We're also getting fire resistance, which is nice. We don't get burned to a crisp. We have enough for the final door? We sure do. All right. So this is the final door of this wing. And inside is a level 15 rage demon. Cool. Alright, so now that I know what the shards do, they allow us to unlock different wings of this temple. I'll have to keep collecting them. I mean, I was gonna keep collecting them regardless, because if it's shiny, I pick it up, is my rule of thumb. But it's nice to know that they have an actual purpose now. Alright, let's see what's in the final thing. Ooh, superb belt of fire resistance, a master fire rune, and the sigil of the Highland Ravager. Nice loot. Okay, plus just random money lying around. Alright guys, well clearly we will have to make a few return trips to this place as we continue to collect shards, because there is a ton of loot in here, including this giant pile of money. Also, there's still a lot that we need to explore in and of this area itself. It has lots to uncover, but for now, I'm going to slowly collect all the loot in here and make my way out. And hopefully I will see you guys back here again real soon for some more adventures in Dragon Age Inquisition.